friends, how are you all doing? My name is Shaz, short for Scheherazade, and I love colorful makeup. As you can see, today I'm so excited to jump into the Berries palette from Beauty Bay. I know this palette is not a new palette. I've had it for a while and I just haven't had a chance to do a video for you all, but I realized that Beauty Bay is still carrying this palette and I think it's on sale at the moment that I'm filming. And these palettes honestly are a fantastic value. I think the full price for them was $13, and I already did a review for the Midnight palette and the Earthy palette, again the 16 pan for those, and I'll link them here. And I think the quality is just phenomenal, and I totally consider them a steal. So I figured you all might want to also see a video about the Berries palette, and I love the color story of this palette, so I'm so excited to be doing this video for you all. And we're going to do swatches and 2 eye looks, and I'm going to give you by the end my comprehensive review of what I think about the colors and the performance of this palette. So let's jump right in, but also don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video if you enjoy the content of my channel. Let's go. Let's take a look at the swatches of this palette. Top 2 rows of Berries palette, 2 swipes for each color on bare skin. Bottom 2 rows of Berries palette. Okay, let's jump into the first eye look. I already primed my eyes with Max Painterly, and let's go into the palette. Super beautiful palette. I love these berry colors. I'm going to first go into this color called Curve, a beautiful coral color. My nose is a little red today. I don't know what's going on. I'm hoping that's not allergies. We'll see. Very nice pigmentation so far. I've used this palette once before in another eye look, but I didn't use this color. Now I'm going to pick a packing brush that has a little bit of a slant, and I'm going to go into this color. The name of the color is Macaron. So nice. So the pigmentation so far is consistent with what I expect of Beauty Bay. I'm blending the 2 colors together a little bit with that first brush. I think the only issues I've ever had with Beauty Bay palettes has been just patchiness issues. Now I'm going to use a smaller brush. I'm going to go into this color called Claret. I don't know what that means. If you know, let me know. And I'm going to just deepen out the outer V area. Super beautiful berry. Look at that. Very nice. I'm going to pick the first brush again and blend these 2 colors into each other to make sure there's no patchiness anywhere. Now for my lower lash line, I'm going to use a little bit of this color. The color is called Loyalty. As always, I'm just going to look up. Now just for kicks, I'm going to also use a little bit of, let's say, this color on my lower lid closer to my inner corner. The main purpose of this is just to test. I probably wouldn't do all kinds of funkiness if I was getting ready for work. I would probably just use 3 or so colors, but because I want to give you all a very comprehensive review, I want to have used as many colors in this palette as I can. Now with a small brush, I'm going to go into this color, and the name of this color is Cloud. And I'm going to put this color in my inner corner. Oh, this is a very beautiful color. It's one of those pinks with a hue of blue. And I'm going to quickly blend everything out to make sure there's no harsh edges left. And the eye look is done. Let me go wear a lipstick and I'll be right back. Okay friends, I'm back with lipstick on. I heart this Lippie stick from Colourpop on my lips. I figured something berry or sort of pinkish berry would go with the eye look. Or alternatively, I would wear like a pinkish nude. Let's now talk about the palette. I am so impressed. I don't even think it's been 10 minutes that I've been filming. This palette is very good. I was actually not expecting such high quality from the mattes. And the shimmers that I use, because I didn't use them on a very large surface, I can't really give a whole lot of opinion about how well they will perform, but they perform pretty well. I particularly really like the color in the inner corner. It's a baby pink with little blue glitters in it. So it's a very cute color, and it's one of those unique colors that you don't see every day. For some reason, it reminds me of the Y2K years and, you know, all the frosty eyeshadows. So I'm kind of excited about this color. The other shimmer I put in my lower lash also performed really well. But of course, I didn't put the shimmers on a large surface, you know, where there would be folds and things like that on my eyes, so I can't really comment to whether they would crease or not. I just really like the color, and I think they're very pigmented and nice to use. I didn't have to work with them too much or anything. And the mattes, I think you already saw, were super pigmented, extremely blendable. I'm very impressed that the dark reds did not get patchy at all, and they are completely stay put. I'm gonna bring the camera closer in a minute. I don't know if that has anything to do with the fact that I'm using MAC as my primer, because it also has to do with the primer that you use. A lot of times for a lot of my eye looks, I use other primers to test. So that could also be impacting it. Let me bring the camera closer so that I can show you this eye look from close up. Okay, back for the second eye look. I used these colors lower down, and I would say they're a little more warm toned, if I could say that. And the top ones are definitely berries. So those are the colors I'm gonna focus on for the second look. I already primed my eyes with MAC's Painterly. I'm gonna go into this color. The name of the color is Bubblegum. I was pleasantly surprised to find out that the colors don't stain. When I wiped off the first eye look, I didn't find my eyelids stained, which was very nice. Staining your eyes with red colors is pretty common, so that was nice. With a small packing brush, I'm gonna go into Rosewood, and I'm going to put it in my outer corner a little bit. So I did the outer half of my upper lid with this color. Another thing I'm going to do with the same brush, it's a relatively small packing brush. I'm going to look up and I'm going to do my lower lash line. I'm going to go over it later with a darker color, but for now I want to have a little bit of this color under there. If you see a little bit of patchiness, I'm not too worried. I'm going to blend everything out into each other at the end. I very much like to try this color called Soda. Yeah, this reminds me of the colors in the early 2000s. You know, pink, the frosty pink. I'm gonna put, oh, I forgot NYX's glitter primer. But that's okay, I'll do this eye without, and then I'll put NYX on this eye. Now I'm gonna put glitter primer on this eye. This is gonna help me compare how it would look with or without using the glitter primer. Okay, done with that. Again, this side doesn't have NYX's glitter primer, this side does. Now I'm gonna go into this color called Jura, and I'm gonna put it in the center of my eye. So I'm sort of deepening this area. Now I'm gonna use a pencil brush, and I'm gonna go into this color called Journal, for a little bit. And I'm gonna deepen this outer edge. I'm gonna quickly use that very first color to blend out the edges, make sure there's no harsh lines or anything. I'm gonna use the same pencil brush that I used for the dark color, and I'm gonna go over the color in my lower lash line. I'm now gonna use another pencil brush and go into this color called Nova, and I'm gonna put it in my inner corner. One last time, I'm going to use the very first brush and do a little bit more blending to make sure there are no harsh lines. And the eye look is complete. Let me wear a lipstick and I'll be right back. Okay friends, to complete the look, I used BFF lip liner from Colourpop. These are called Lippie pencils. And I also used a Manila from OFRA long-lasting liquid lipsticks. These OFRA lipsticks are kind of creamy and I feel like I'm very dry around my lips, so they help with that, which is why I used it. I also wanted to sort of balance the look because I have very bold eyes right now. I didn't want to do very bold lips, so I went with a nude color. Now for a comprehensive review of the palette. Honestly, I was looking for something negative to say, but I have nothing negative to say. Everything looked really well on me. Mattes are super blendable, very pigmented, and the shimmers were very blendable. They're creamy, they're very nice. I think each of the looks took around 10-ish minutes for me on both eyes. That to me is an easy, not time-consuming eye look if you're trying to get to work or if you need to be somewhere very fast. One thing I want to mention for this palette compared to the other palettes, and I'll link my reviews of the Earthy and Midnight in this video, is that it has more darks. So you can create a variety of looks. You have dark berry, you have dark burgundy, you have dark red. So that's very nice. You also have light berries, you have a variety of like coral as well as red, as well as super, this is more or less a neon pink. So I love the variety of colors in here. The shimmers are a little frosty. I don't know how else to describe them, and when I say frosty, it's as if on the surface of them there is a little hue of silver. Also, they all look like they have tiny glitter particles in them. Now, they are not scratchy or anything. They are all super smooth and soft. You wouldn't even notice this, but I do want to mention they all, when I look at them, even in the pan, they all look like they have tiny glitter particles in them. I like that because they look very unique, but I want to mention that maybe you don't like this. Some people, for example, don't like glitter dots and mattes and things like that. Again, none of the mattes have that. It's only the shimmers. If I haven't mentioned that already, when I wiped down the first eye look, it had not stained my eyes, which was a very positive experience. A lot of you probably already know that dark reds, dark purples are prone to staining the eye, so that was very nice. Overall, I'm super happy with this palette. The only thing that I realized I did not test for was whether the dark mattes would become patchy, which was one of the issues I had with the Midnight palette. However, to the level that I used them, I didn't get any patchiness. I'm gonna bring the camera closer in a minute so that you can see the eye look. Okay, let's take a close-up of this eye look. Okay friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. Write down in the comments below if you own this palette. Thanks again for being here with me. Don't forget to like this video and consider subscribing to my channel for more content like this. I love you all, and until next time. Bye!